Hello, my name is Ramesh. I am a cognitive scientist at the University of Hyderabad. We have a center called Center for Neural and Cognitive Sciences. And as many of you may already know, in recent years, the word cognition has attracted a lot of attention across the domains. And its growth as a study area in the West has been very dynamic. But in India, it has been there for a while, maybe a decade, and few universities are offering this course, and they call it by different names. Nevertheless, my intention today is to introduce a new talk series that we have started here at the center, and I wish to speak few things why we intend to do it in this way and what do we want to achieve. And when I'm saying we, I mean colleagues and students and other people that are here in the center. It's named CogTalk. As you can imagine, it has cognition, a bit of cognition in it, and talk. So we plan to bring in people from different fields. Different means really different. There could be artists, there could be biologists, there could be philosophers, there could be engineers, there could be entrepreneurs. Because we believe that cognition is behind every kind of human endeavor, and everybody has something to say about it, even if they don't study it professionally. And cognitive science being interdisciplinary since its origin in the 50s in USA, everybody has added something to it. And with that spirit, we wish to invite people. And many times you would have listened some talk on cognition. You might have searched something on YouTube. You might have seen somebody saying some certain things, or you might have heard somebody. But you might have wondered what exactly is this field? How cognition or cognitive science is relevant to me? That's an important question for for everyone. Because as I have indicated, in India, the field has not grown much, and it therefore people have questions, and we would like to cast light on some of these questions through these talks. So let me introduce the program itself now with this background. We plan to do it an open-ended discussion with the invitee, and the discussion could be on a topic that the speaker has chosen to speak. And the whole idea is to allow the speaker to open up and to speak about his or her science, as well as how what keeps them active in their fields, and little bit more narrow questions based on what they have told us or we know about them. There will be a moderator, and the moderator can ask certain questions like what they have recently published or what they have recently done. Maybe they have written a book, maybe they have given a lecture, maybe there is an issue they have read in the newspaper and it has bothered them and they want to talk about it in more academic circles in front of students. So this is the format, and then they would be encouraged to give a small presentation. This could be more traditional in the spirit that they could talk about some theory or some work. Now this would therefore be a mixture of, it would have shades of a formal lecture in some sense, but not formal in that sense. It's not intended to be a specific lecture about a specific data set to a narrow set of people that we always anyway do, and our students and us are habituated attending and speaking in such. But we want to kind of open up a bit. Even those very things can be said more generally, so that we understand the other interpretations that often don't get questioned in formal talks, because we don't ask the relevance of things in formal talks. We just try to ask questions, put it into those talks, because it is academic, it is formal. When done in this format, people can speak more generally why they do certain kind of research. For example, why I study bilingualism or why I study literacy. There are technical regions as a cognitive scientist, but there are more general regions that also are fueling this drive to do research. So these kinds of things would come up. So CogTalk is planned to be a regular weekly program to be housed at the Center for Neural Cognitive Science. Many of you who are in the University of Hyderabad may have heard of this center, and it is located in the Science Complex, part of the School of Medical Sciences. And we intend to call one speaker every week. We don't intend to call only celebrity academicians because we intend also to bring in people that are newer in their fields but have done something interesting and they have written something or they have achieved something and they would like to share, our students would like to know. So there would be a departure in that sense that we don't want to want it to be a fora only for people who have had substantial stuff to talk about, but anyone virtually and any field, more importantly. And that is what has been lacking for a while in cognitive science because it, although has been interdisciplinary, it has taken the shades of disciplinarity in recent times. So people of only certain types or who do certain things come in and speak. So that we want to break. I I hope that this will open up a new conversation between all kinds of people, and this would be interesting for many regions. It would allow people that do not know the field to know something about it, and they may try to come in as students or try to talk more about it. People that do different things, they can know one another's work more informally, and we also plan to publicize it differently. Maybe we plan to make a video out of it and put it later on a YouTube channel so that everywhere in India people know and they react to it. We would like to write about it on our Facebook page. We have a Facebook page for this talk series. So this is the new initiative, and I hope that when you will watch it on, if you are not physically participating, you watch it, you'll have interesting questions or suggestions. Do let us know. We have our communicate addresses that we put on the posters here in the campus otherwise. And we would also like to know what can be done about it. The, the pattern of it would evolve as we have different kinds of people, and we would be open to any kind of changes that we might bring in. So CogTalk is therefore a new novel way of talking about cognition that need to be done now, because cognition is almost, even when we don't academically know it, it is behind every kind of activity. So that we need to be brought into the open in front of people. So it's not necessarily students who are studying these disciplines will find it interesting. I'm quite sure that people who are in general interested would like these kinds of talks. So I wish the series a good beginning and good luck. And thank you very much.